Hi there. I hope you had a great day. I would love to hear about it. I'm going to be reading to you for homework again. All right. We're going to start with Moana, A Path to the Sea. One of your favorites. Moana loved the ocean. When she was old enough, Grandma Tala taught her how to surf, and she spent a lot of time trying to ride the waves. After paddling into the ocean, Moana would float on her board and wait. Then when the right wave came along, she would pop up and stand on her surfboard. It was challenging for Moana to keep her balance as a little wave carried her to shore. But when she could, riding waves was so much fun. One day, as Moana and Pua waited for a wave, a sea turtle paddled toward Moana and looked right at her. "Hello," she said. There was something familiar about the sea turtle, but Moana couldn't figure out where or when she had met him before. It was almost as if she'd known him when she was a little girl. The sea turtle stayed with Moana and Pua, playing with them in the water all day long. Moana named the turtle Lolo. When the sun started to set, Moana lifted her surfboard out of the water. "Bye, Lolo," she said, feeling only a little sad. Somehow she knew she would see her friend again. Look at her, she's surfing on a surfboard. For many days, whenever Moana and Pua went to the ocean, Lolo found them. They had fun swimming, surfing, and playing in the waves. Moana stayed on the shore until dark to watch the ocean sparkle in the moonlight. "I knew I would find you here," said Grandma Tala, joining Moana. On the beach, Moana noticed Lolo swimming toward the shore. They watched as the sea turtle crawled up on the sand and over toward the coconut trees. There, Lolo started digging a hole. "What is he doing, Grandma?" Grandma asked Moana. "See, you mean," Grandma Tala said with a laugh. You mean," Grandma Tala said with a laugh. "Your turtle friend just laid her eggs in the hole she dug," Grandma Tala said. "Those are nesting grounds. Generations of sea turtles lay their eggs right there." She told Moana how the baby turtles made their way to the ocean after hatching, and when the females grow up, they come back here to lay their eggs, just like regular turtles. Yep. "How do they remember that spot?" Moana asked. "And how do the babies even know to go into the ocean?" "They just know," said Grandma Tala. "Yep, just like regular turtles and sea turtles, they do." That's the truth right there, telling you in the story, so you can learn while you read a story. After that night, Moana checked the nesting grounds every day. She wondered when the baby turtles would hatch and hoped she would get to see them. One day, Moana and Pua were surfing when the sky turned gray. As the rain poured down, they raced back to the village. When they got home, they watched the trees bend and sway as they listened to the music of the raindrops. Uh-oh. Soon after the storm was over, Moana grabbed her surfboard and hurried back to the ocean. When she got there, she couldn't believe her eyes. The storm had knocked the coconut tree right on top of the nesting grounds. Uh-oh. Fortunately, the eggs were safely buried deep underground. But what if the baby sea turtles hatched, she wondered? They could be trapped. Moana had to do something fast. Oh, what is it going to do, I wonder? She ran back to the village and told her friends what had happened. The eggs will hatch any day, she explained. Her friends agreed to help, and Moana led them to the site. What are they going to do? Do you know? Any ideas? They all worked together to carefully move the fallen tree. But then they heard a loud crack. Another palm tree had been damaged in the storm, and it was about to fall onto the nesting grounds. Hurry! Urged Moana. Let's push it away from the nest. Everyone gathered around the broken tree. They used all their strength to push until it finally snapped and fell far away from the nest. We did it, cheered Moana, breathing a big sigh of relief. The next day, Moana and Grandma Tala were dancing with the ocean waves when Moana saw something move in the nesting grounds. Grandma, look, she shouted. Lolo's eggs were hatching. Moana watched as the baby sea turtles started to wiggle and move, and soon they began to make their way to the ocean. When a seabird swooped in and tried to capture one of the baby turtles. Oh no, do you know this word? Try and sound it out. It's one of your favorite characters. Very good. Moana waved a palm leaf, and Pua chased the bird away. Moana and her friends protected the newborns, determined to see that each and every one made it safely to the water. Once, you know this one? Very good. The turtle babies were all safely swimming. Moana grabbed her surfboard. As she and Pua glided out, Lolo and her babies swam around them, paddling and playing together. Moana smiled. She felt great knowing that she had helped them. And there was no better way to celebrate than by enjoying the ocean together. Yeah. Alright, next story. Finding Dory. You're it, Dory. Good on the fish. After school, Nemo, Marlin, Dory, and all their friends decided to play a game of hide and seek. Dory was it first. Everyone swam to find a hiding place as she began to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dory counted. When Dory opened her eyes, she forgot why she was counting. What was I about to do? Lie and sneak? No. Why would I do that? Spy and peek? No. That can't be right. Oh. Hide and seek, she said, swimming toward Nemo and Marlin's anemone, hoping to find them there. But by the time Dory got to their anemone, she'd forgotten why she went. She had a nagging feeling she shouldn't get too close, but she couldn't remember why. Ouch! She explained. Now I remember, I'm not supposed to touch anemones because they sting. As she swam away, Marlin and Nemo peeked out from the anemone. Where is she going, Dad? Nemo asked. She was so close to finding us. I'm not sure, Marlin responded. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? What was I doing again? Dory asked herself. She tried her best to remember, but she kept getting distracted and swimming past all her friends. My spot is so good, Pearl whispered to Sheldon after Dory swam by. Mine too. I love hide and seek, Sheldon whispered back. Dory even swam past Mr. Ray. She was so excited to see a large patch of pristine sand to squish and play with that she completely missed him. Hiding beneath it, Mr. Ray smiled, proud of his clever hiding place. Wait, wasn't I playing hide and seek? Dory said, finally remembering. Wow, that guy looks a lot like Hank, Dory said. What color is he again? Yellow. No, pink. Nope, I don't think so. Blue. Dory continued to swim through the coral field, and Hank tried his best to blend in with his surroundings as she got closer to him. That was a close call, Hank said to himself when Dory eventually swam away, still on the hunt for friends. But as Dory swam through the Great Barrier Reef, she again forgot she was playing hide and seek. She swam past Bailey, who was hiding behind some seaweed, and she swam right over Destiny, who was hiding on the ocean floor. Oh my goodness, she's so silly. She is so silly. As Dory kept swimming, she spotted a beautiful purple shell. My mom loves shells, she said. I should give this one to her. But I haven't seen my mom or dad in a while. Actually, I haven't seen any of my friends. Where are they? Uh-oh. That's when Dory remembered they were playing hide and seek. But not that she was it. Uh-oh. I'd better hide quick, she said. Dory's parents, Charlie and Jenny, watched from their hiding place as Dory swam into a nearby cave. They expected her to come out once she realized no one was there, but after a couple of minutes, they started to worry. Uh-oh. They decided to abandon the game and go check on their daughter. Luckily, they found her right away. Cupcake, what are you up to? Charlie said. Mom, Dad, we're playing hide and seek, and I found this great hiding spot. Come in, I'll make room, Dory told them. But sweetie, Jenny tried to explain that everyone was hiding from Dory. But before she could, Dory dashed to the opening of the cave. Hank and Mr. Ray were swimming past the cave and wanted to help them hide too. Okay, everybody in. We can squeeze, she said. But Dory, Mr. Ray began. But before he could get another word out, Dory saw even more of her friends in need of a hiding spot. Uh-oh. He's so silly. It wasn't long before the cave was packed. Nearly everyone who was supposed to be hiding from Dory was in the cave with her. Silly. It's gonna be tight, she said. Destiny, suck it in a bit. Watch your head, Bailey. Finally, Nemo and Marlin wandered into the cave. They were shocked to find all their friends crowded in with Dory. Dory, Nemo said. What are you doing? Nemo, what are we doing? Playing hide and seek, everyone shouted. The group swam out of the cave as Nemo explained what had happened. But you're it, Dory. You're supposed to be looking for us. Oh, I see. Found you, Dory explained. Marlin had a solution. Let's just play tag. All right. Oh, we got another Moana book. Look at this one. Moana becoming shiny. Moana loved gathering the village children and telling them a story, just like her grandma Tala used to do. Tell us another, little boy said. A scary one from your adventures, a girl chimed in. What about La Lotia? Moana smiled. Oh, you want to hear about the realm of the monsters? Huh? She said. Then started the story. Ooh, this should be a good one. When Maui and I were on our adventure to return the heart of Tafiti, we visited La Lotia. There we met a giant crab monster named Tamota. You see, Tamota is a collector of all types of treasure, especially shiny ones. He had Maui's fish hook. We had to get it back. Wait, a little boy cried out. Why does Tamota like shiny things? Moana considered this. She thought about what the crab monster had told her and the legend she'd learned about him since. Well, Tamota thought he could make himself beautiful by putting shiny things on his shell. He believed that outer beauty was more important than inner beauty. Is that true? No, right? Well, inner beauty is more important than the outer beauty. He believed this even when he was growing up. Monsters like Tamota liked to hear scary stories too, but their stories were always about Maui. He defeated so many monsters that a lot of them were afraid of him, and everyone knew two things about the demigod. That he had a powerful fish hook, and that he was covered in magical tattoos. Maui inspired little Tamota. He wanted to be feared by everyone, too, including the demigod, but to be the most amazing monster in all of La Lotia, he needed something to set him apart. What I need, Tamota told himself, is a look. So Tamota went about finding one. He tried covering himself with rocks, kelp, and even prickly urchins, but nothing worked. Until, Moana continued, one faithful day, something sparkly fell from the ocean above. It was a shiny necklace. Tamota placed it on his shell. I'm beautiful, he declared. From then on, Tamota was hooked. He searched far and wide for other sparkly things to add to his collection, and he became more and more obsessed with his shiny appearance. He stole precious items from men and from his fellow monsters, making new enemies wherever he went. He even crossed paths with Maui, though that didn't end well for Tamota. In the end, he escaped. Over the years, his collection grew and Tamota felt more and more powerful. He used his shininess to attract fish to eat for dinner. He became known as the most menacing scavenger of La Lotia, taking down anyone who got in his way. This meant he was often alone, but he didn't care. He only cared about one thing. I'm always the most glittery one in the room, he said. And when he found Maui's fishhook, which Maui had lost in the See, after his exile, Tamota decided it made him the most amazing, most crabulicious monster there ever was. Uh-oh. And that's when you and Maui come in, shouted one of the kids, listening to her story. That's right, Moana said. We went to get Maui's fish hook back. Of course we needed to be careful. Tamota wasn't going to let us walk away with one of his most prized possessions. But with some great teamwork and some shiny distractions, Maui and I were able to get the fish hook and escape from Larotia. Yay, the kids cheered. But what happened to Tamota? One of them asked. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Well, he was stuck on his back for a little while. He yelled for help, but he'd been so selfish and taken from so many of the other monsters, they began stealing from him. Uh-oh. When Tamota finally got back on his claws, he had to start his collection all over again. Though hopefully he learned that treating others well is better than being shiny, Moana finished. The kids nodded, agreeing with her solemnly. Then one of them raised his hand. Tell us another story, Moana. All right, we're going to stop here. That's your 20 minutes. Love you.